Level 15 in pursuit of excellence. Gili Aliapo has a great deal to say about hatching tide. Hatching tide is upon us once more. I hope the season finds you an excellent fettle. The puns, man, the puns. For my part, it is an absolute pleasure to see you again. While I have your attention, allow me to expound upon the nature of this year's festivities. Hatching Tide has its origins in the day before the 7th Umbral Calamity, when 12 sages of an era past appeared before me in a startling vision. I've been visited by such dreams ever since, and this year was no exception. I saw a great mass of eggs as vivid as those before you now, borne aloft unto the heaven. Making dreams manifest has never failed to lend wonder to Hatching Tide before, so needless to say, I intend to bring my latest vision to life. Speaking of which, the eggs I commissioned ought to arrive any moment now. Oh, Gili, it's a disaster. The cart toppled over en route. Thankfully, the driver was unscathed, but I can't say the same for the eggs. Good heavens, I'm glad to hear the poor driver was unharmed, but without the eggs, how are we to breathe life into my dream? Don't worry, I'll simply fashion some more eggs myself. Though to create the quantity required will take time, and we're already facing at least a minor delay at this point. Only I could assign someone to help you. Alas, the other dreamers are busy enough as it is, and I must see to the schedule alterations myself. But wait, Tilly, perhaps you'd be willing to lend a hand. How wonderful to see you again. Knowing what an exemplary assistant you are gives me cause for hope, if you're happy to help, that is. Thank you. The first order of business will be procuring more of the necessary egg supplies from the merchant. Our supplier should be in the market. He's a burly fellow, so he won't be difficult to spot. We can only hope he has enough stock. Seasonal event quest accepted. Hatching Tide. Notice the seasonal events lately seem to be a lot shorter than they used to be. Like, it's fine, but the rewards seem to be a bit hit or miss. Some of that's just personal preference. I just teleported. Now we're running. Ah, you're that dreamer who was here before, ain't you? Right old mess to be sure. Afraid I'm all out of the supplies you need, though. Oh, is there really nothing you can do for us? Well, I do have some tatty old odds and ends and surplus wares that might be of use. If you want them, they're all yours. Might not be exactly what you needed, but I'm sure you can cobble something together with these. The storage fees were eaten into me I'd rather see them put to good use. When I ordered the initial batch of supplies, I remember thinking what a kind fellow he was. He certainly proved me right. Any road, we better take stock of what he's given us. Let's see, the leather looks durable. We have some metal springs and rings, and that could do for a mechanism of some sort. And these lengths of timber could be cut down to a more portable size. I think these herbs and resins are used to concoct water-repellent alchemical solutions. Never tried it myself, but there's a first time for everything. Besides that, there are plenty of odds and bits and bobs. We should have no trouble when it comes to decoration. Fortunately, we won't be able to recreate the eggs Gili saw in her dream with these. We could make something far easier to get off the ground, though. Parasols. Okay, so we're going to get an umbrella. The trick will be making them look eggy enough. Any rounded object looks like an egg from far enough away. It's science. Shell makes the egg, as they say. Do they say that? Any road, we should paint them. You're right, with some festive patterns on the outer canopy and a convincingly eggy structure, the parasols might just make for a worthy replacement. Parasols are a sight more fiddly than your standard egg, though. With just the two of us, production will take far too long. So we'll need to enlist further help, just as I did with you. Fortunately, the guild artisan should be less likely to balk at a request for parasol parts than a rush order for myriad eggs, particularly if we supply the materials. Let us first pay a visit to the Leatherworkers Guild. I'm sure they'll be able to transform our leather into something fit for a canopy. I could do it. Ah, if it isn't Zilla, you must be the adventurer assistant Nanoda spoke of. She was just informing me of your plight. Many of our apprentices are looking forward to the Hatching Tide celebrations. You shall have the guild's aid, although I'm afraid we lack some of the resources needed to work your leather into parasol canopies. Material is water resistant to a degree, but nevertheless porous. Untreated, it will degrade over time and begin to rot, but our stock of coating is perilously low at the moment. If it's a water repellent you're after, say no more. We just so happen to have the necessary ingredients, so I can see to its preparation. Meantime, would you take this timber over to the Carpenters Guild and request that they craft the parasol frame? We can meet up by the Black Rabbit Trader's stall, Anod. Oops. Excellent. Right. Why do you stand there like a frightened schoolchild? If you need something, speak. Assorted timber. Parasol frames, a task not beyond your own skill, no doubt. Would the imminence of the holiday not force you to compromise their quality? You have done well to seek aid, and you shall have it. Younglings in the acorn orchard await the festivities. For their sake, no effort will be spared in the parasol's preparation. We shall commence work right away. Let your associates know that the Carpenters Guild has the matter in hand. I trust everything went well at the Carpenters Guild. I've just placed an order for the alchemical solution and a few other things besides. Next step will be to piece all the parts together into a prototype parasol. Bring the prototype over to Geely once I've finished, so you can go ahead and wait with her. Welcome back. You'll be pleased to hear that I've adjusted the schedule to accommodate our little mishap, and all is set to proceed. How fare the eggs? Substituting parasols for eggs. What a wonderful idea. I can hardly wait to see what Nanada cooks up for the prototype, though wait we must. Level 15 in pursuit of excellence complete. No event quest complete. Level 15, exceeding expectation. Gili Eliapo is patiently waiting to see the parasol prototype. Kanado will surely be along any moment now. Sorry to keep you both waiting. Allow me to present you with the very first Archon Egg Parasol. Aw. What a fine example of ingenuity. It's magnificent. So glad you approve. With your blessing, I'll begin producing more to distribute. In the meantime, we find ourselves at a loose end. But we cannot let Nanado outstrip us in hatching tide spirit. There must be more we can do. Let's show off your parasol to the townsfolk. Perhaps we can drum up a crowd with the promise of gifts. Of course, we ought to promote our newest addition to the festivities. If we tell even a few Gridanians that this gorgeous accoutrement will be available to those who celebrate with us, word will spread of its own accord. With that in mind, I shall keep mine unfurled and on display. You use your adventurer's instincts to identify those most in need of egg-themed accessories. Where we go talk to 3 people. Quest accepted. Gotta come with me. The market is always busy. Let us look for potential celebrants there. Julie is now accompanying you. Keep her out of your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Julie behind by entering a different area or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Julie accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location. While you're accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which will offer additional types of topics of discussion. Blah. Entering the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. I guess because this is available to lower level. Need to explain mechanic. You don't see it till a bit later. Yeah, at least they're all together. They're gonna make us run around all over the place. Okay, let us discuss the decorative basket. We dreamers are responsible for all the decorations you see throughout the city. Take that basket over there, for instance. I came up with the idea, and Nanado worked her magic to create the final product. That's special. Egg appreciator. I say, madam, you must tell me where I might acquire a resplendent parasol like unto your own. Our Hatching Tide event, of course. How about it? Will you join us at the amphitheater? Be delighted. As a true connoisseur of eggs, both decorative and edible, I attend annually in hopes of glimpsing of ovoid perfection, and this parasol surpasses my every imagining. Such elegance, such egginess. Ovoid or oblate spheroid? Why, that parasol is an absolute delight. If it's not often you see the level of craftsmanship paired with such decorative flair, this might be the finest egg-inspired apparel I've ever seen. Might I ask who is responsible for this masterpiece? Leatherworkers Guild, the Carpenters Guild, Black Rabbit Traders, and our Dreamers all had their parts to play, and if you join us in celebrating Hatching Tide, you can receive one just like it. I should have known that the Guild's artisans were involved. If it means getting my hands on a parasol, I'd be more than happy to take part in the festivities. Yep. Raining, which is more umbrella than parasol weather, but... Heavens above, is that adorable parasol fashioned after an Archon egg? Exquisite, isn't it? If you join us at the amphitheater, you'll receive one just like it. Years have searched for the parasol as darling as an egg, getting sunburned and soaked by turns, and you offer me one free of charge? 'Tis a Hatching Tide miracle. Expect those 3 will tell all and sundry about our parasols. Our work here is done. Oh, that went rather swimmingly. You clearly have an eye for egg connoisseurs. So go and see how many attendees are gathered at the amphitheater. Feel free to join us when you have a moment. Yeah. Look, isn't the sight of those parasols simply marvelous? Eggs held aloft, just as in my dream. Hooray, we did it. Certainly did. Shall we officially declare this hatching tide a success? Hold that thought. You've yet to see the half of it. Jacinta, I'm not quite sure I follow. Quite a few of my customers asked about your parasols, more than can comfortably gather here, in fact. Nevertheless, I took the liberty of handing out stock to those who came inquiring. How many left my stall with a smile on their face and a parasol in hand? The whole city is awash in floating eggs. It's incredible to think the parasols are bringing joy even beyond our celebration. Hey, Geely, they're one and the same, aren't they? The celebration is spread across the city. Bonnie, a great mass of floating eggs. You're right, I was intent on gathering people here, but the eggs in my dream were far too numerous to contain in one place. They were always meant to be seen far and wide. That our original plans met with misfortune was a blessing in disguise, for we've touched the hearts of more people than I dared to imagine. There's no doubt in my mind this will go down as a hatching tide to remember. Black Rabbit traders shall continue distributing parasols to those who ask. They may be free of charge, but they're drawing business in spades. Nonato told me how to assemble them so I can prepare as many as necessary. Flawless leader. Also, we made them with scraps. Truly, where would we be without your ingenuity, Nonato? I couldn't have done it without our able adventurer. Oh, that reminds me, I have something for you. That's the very second parasol I ever made, after Geely's, of course. I thought it fitting that you receive it. The eggs aloft across the city, all that's left is to enjoy the festivities. Your work may have finished, but Hatching Tide most certainly hasn't. Level 15, egg seeding expectations complete. Seasonal event, quest complete. Problem parasol. Keeping unlocked.